I was wondering if anyone has had the experience of having people asking if they were the only persons in the spaces that they were occupied because of their concern over Omicron, the virus.
Has there been anyone where landlords are asking them about?
Not landlords, but guests.
Oh, guests. Yeah.
Guests are inquiring as to whether or not they have the place for themselves or the bathrooms for themselves because they're concerned about sharing because of the virus.
Has anyone had that?
I was wondering the same thing, if anybody had any issues with Omicron and people not wanting to be in shared housing. So I haven't run across that.
I have. It was one candidate, or I said candidate, I'm working. It was one guest that didn't know that it was shared housing, and as soon as he got there, he basically told me that he didn't know it was shared housing, and he left, but he told me that he was not requesting a refund because it was his misunderstanding. So that's how that one went. But it's only one person.
Okay. Anyone else had anything where guests are questioning how you handle Omicron in your places? What have you been asked, Charmaine? What specifically I could probably answer, because I know
I have had probably about four requests where that was the question, and where they didn't book because it was shared. The request would basically be from a month to a week, where they're asking if they have to share a bathroom. The bathroom was the most important, apparently. Yeah. If they're sharing the bathroom, it was like, no, we can't.
I'm going to tell you, like in the middle of the COVID boom, we'll call it, the pandemic, when it first really started, right in the middle of it. I mean, what we just did was we put in our descriptions of each of our listings to kind of handle those kinds of questions, is that we follow all Airbnb health and safety protocols for cleaning. So, where everything is disinfected, and, Airbnb actually gives you kind of some of that language. So you could kind of put some of that language inside of your description, and it will handle a lot of those questions. And you can actually use that to answer those questions. But the fact of the matter is, you can't change how many bathrooms you have. Right. So here's the thing though. So when you put that in the description, people that are clicking on that listing, they already know that it's shared housing. They already know that. So if they know that, and they already know it's a shared bath. So they're asking you a question based on information that they already know. The problem is, they may not have enough information. You could put it in description and that might help. But then you should also know how to answer that question with an answer that has nothing to do with your bathroom, because you can't change your bathroom. It has to do with your procedures and how what you do to keep things safe, as well as the fact that, whether it be people are wearing masks throughout the house, people, we provide disinfectants. We are disinfecting everything regularly. Our cleaners, when they come in, it's not daily, but we provide disinfectants for you guys to also use as well. So those kinds of things. And, with all the stays that we've had up to this point, no one has reported any cases of COVID. So we're doing a great job, and I believe, and I'm pretty confident you'll be safe. When are you looking to book for? Because I don't want you to lose your dates.
Okay, so I did quite a bit of that, explain, and also that I provide additional disinfectant. So in fact, I provide sprays and wipes so that they can disinfect bathrooms when they go into the bathroom, when they leave the bathrooms. But it made no difference. They were not. So anyway.
Still doesn't sound like you finished the way I finished.
No, I didn't say that we haven't had an issue with COVID. That's the only part of that I didn't include.
We haven't had any issues. We, not only haven't we had issues, but, based on our procedures, we provide a very clean, safe space for all of our guests. And we haven't had any issues with COVID as we adhere to all the higher Airbnb COVID cleanliness standards. So boom, I would say that, but again, I'm not done. I didn't finish. When would you like to book? What are the reasons? Oh, and then the other question is, are they asking that question first question? Is that their first question?
Yeah,
Okay.
first they're requesting the booking,
Yeah,
and
I
then they
know.
come back to
And
ask that question.
that's the question. And what's your answer when they ask that question? What do you ask? What is your answer when they ask that question? And what should your answer be?
Well, my answer to that is that their share is shared.
Stop.
That they do share a
Stop.
bathroom. Okay.
Stop. That's not the answer. The answer is, hi, thank you for your interest in our place. We would like to accommodate you. Please tell me, what is the reason for your stay and how many people will be staying with you? That's the answer. The answer is not, that's in your pre-written messages.
Yes.
Do not answer people's questions first.
Aye.
We get control of the conversation and we make sure we know who's coming to our place and why they're coming. And then we get to engage, right? We get to engage them and we'll answer their question, but we want to engage them now. But first, you got all these people that are messaging you and asking you a bunch of questions. I don't care if they're asking me, is this place across the street from the hospital? Hi, thank you for your interest in our place. I would like to accommodate you. Please tell me, what is the reason for your stay and how many people will be staying? That's going to be my answer 95% of the time. Every now and then I don't know. I can't even remember, but that's going to be my answer all the time. Because I'm asking them, if they didn't tell me what the reason for their stay is first, if they're just hitting me with a bunch of questions, they're not going to get the answer to those questions until I get the answer to mine. But we do it nicely. We engage them. And then when we answer that question, oh, thank you for your thank you for that. The answer to your question is blah, 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 boom. And then I don't end it just with those answers. I say, okay, so tell me what dates are you hoping to stay, and are you hoping to stay? And then I would say bookings, it's a very popular time. When they tell me, boom, then I'll say, yeah, it's a very popular time. Let me know if you're looking to book. I don't want you to lose your date. All right, we say all those things for a specific reason, but you want to take control of that conversation first. I'm not answering a bunch of questions for people before they answer mine.
Okay.
All right. So follow that and you'll see, I think you'll be answering a lot less of those questions. And or here's the other reason for that too. When you find out the reason for their stay and who they are, how many people and all that stuff, now you can also cater a little bit to who that person is, because they're telling you more about themselves, right? So now you could kind of formulate your questions around who they are and understand what that is. And then, you can also potentially even appeal to what that situation is too. Because if they're medical professionals, a lot of times what I'll even say is, oh, and by the way, I know you said you're a medical professional. We also have a medical professionals, service workers or whatever special discount. Let me know if that's also something you're interested in. And I'll say that when I talk about them, when they're hoping to book, right? So, so that way you could you're always communicating. It's not just you answering questions. Now you're always on the defense. You're not doing that. You want to engage, just like you're doing with the landlord template. We're not answering their questions as they ask. We're answering those questions ahead of time so that they don't even have to ask those questions. And now we can communicate.